Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is July 13th, 2024 and Barcelona have signed a promising attacker. Also, the club will miss out on the signing of Amadou Onana. And finally, Frenkie de Jong has complained about the media coverage of his ankle injury. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, if you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kickback. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you hit the Bet Us. Both links for kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, I'll begin this video by talking about the preseason, which is in full swing, as today the available Barcelona players reported to a double session. As you know by now, Hansi Flick has scheduled double training sessions every single day of this week because he wants to bring his players up to par, since Hansi Flick considers that the players did not play with high intensity and that their conditioning was not up to par last season under Xavi, and as such, Hansi Flick has started working immediately, not wasting any time, by scheduling double sessions every day, again, to bring his players up to par. Now, speaking of the preseason, one player that's doing pretty well and who the club are very happy with his progress is that of Gabi, because as you might recall, Gabi's season came to an early end last season when he tore his ACL. It was an injury that required surgery. Gabi has been training during the preseason on his own, of course, and it's reported that Barcelona are very happy with his progress. They believe that he's healing really well. He is on schedule, so definitely good news when it comes to our warrior. But of course, this doesn't mean that Gabi will be back tomorrow or he's gonna start the season. As we know, Barcelona want to take their time with Gabi. They don't want to rush him back. So it's been speculated that he could be back around November. Now, speaking of Gabi, he will be in attendance in the final of the Euros tomorrow between Spain and England. It looks like he has been personally invited by the King of Spain. They're saying his daughter, the Princess of Spain, has a crush on him. Well, they're saying she's just a fan, but it looks like the princess is crushing on Gabi. So he will be in attendance in tomorrow's final alongside Deco. Now, speaking of the final tomorrow, I gotta say I'm very, very excited. We have two finals tomorrow. The Euros final between Spain and England, and then later on the Copa America's final between Argentina and Colombia. And of course, I do want to hear you guys' predictions. Who do you think is gonna be crowned King of Europe, and who do you think is gonna be crowned King of the Americas? Let me know down below. I'm very, very excited to watch both matches. Now, while we're still talking about the preseason and while we're still talking about injuries, you might recall this picture that I showed you a few days ago. It's a picture of Frenkie de Jong's ankle. Of course, Frenkie de Jong did report to the first day of the preseason where he underwent medical exams. Barcelona posted a short video on their social medias of the players reporting to their medical exams, and media outlets were able to capture the screenshot that shows Frenkie de Jong's ankle, which looks pretty mangled, and I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it does look pretty bad, and as such, a lot of people were worrying that maybe Frenkie de Jong's injury is more serious than what it looks. And while it seems that Frenkie de Jong did not like that coverage of his ankle at all, he thinks it was unfair, it's unwarranted, and that the media outlets are blowing it out of proportion, and that in fact it is better than what it looks, and that he will be joining the group trainings in 10 days. Now, I really hope that that's exactly what's going on, that the injury is not as serious as it looks, and that Frankie will be back pretty soon with the team. But I don't understand, his anger. I don't know why he would be bothered by that. I mean, the pictures do speak for themselves. But again, I really hope that his injury is not as serious and that he will be back pretty soon training with the group. Now, more news, and this one is the good news because, as I've said many times before, I do like to be the bearer of good news. But good news because FC Barcelona have signed the attacking prodigy Byron Mendoza. Now, I talked about Byron Mendoza several weeks ago. He's a 15-year-old winger, a left-footed winger. He is described as a versatile forward, someone that can play in several roles, including centrally. He is very composed under pressure, and he's known for his adaptness in tight spaces. And you might recall me talking about Byron Mendoza because he is a former Real Madrid academy player. He ended up leaving Real Madrid to go to Leganés, where actually he was cut. I think that they said he was too small, so he got cut from the Real Madrid academy. He joined Leganés, where he impressed a lot last season, and as such, he garnered a lot of attention, including Real Madrid, who were trying to re-sign him. But Barcelona had reached an agreement with him to join La Masia. You know, Barcelona, or at least Deco, used the whole, Barcelona being focused on the youngsters and having one of the best academies in the world to convince Byron Mendoza to join the club. And well, now it's official. Barcelona have completed the signing of the 15-year-old attacker. He will sign a contract until 2025, and he will be joining the Cadete. Now, one player that Barcelona will not be able to sign during this summer is Amadou Onana, because it looks like the 22-year-old defensive midfielder will be joining Aston Villa. Now, Amadou Onana was Deco's #1 option to reinforce the midfield. In fact, there was contact with the player and with Everton to see if this signing was possible. Unfortunately, Everton were demanding 60 to 70 million euros, which Barcelona, could not afford. And as such, the pursuit did cool off after the Belgian midfielder. And while it now seems like Amadou Onana will be joining Aston Villa, where he will have a chance to play the Champions League, which was one of his requisites or one of his goals. So it looks like Barcelona will not be able to complete this signing, which of course brings us back to Joshua Kimmich, who is Hansi Flick's #1 option, but it is looking not as likely. And then we do have Mikel Merino, who would be the option B in case Barcelona cannot sign Kimmich. And I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. Who do you think Barcelona should sign from the midfield now that Onana is not an option? Let me know down below. Anyways, that is all the news for this video. We'll be uploading a second video. There's more news coming out of Camp Barca. There's always a lot of news coming out of Camp Barca. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. And as always, Visca Barca.